Okay, good morning. So I'm just going to record our laboratory nga discussion kay na ako'y travel today. So go to Google Classroom, tapos you can download naman dayon the activity number 2 for final term. Okay? So medyo ka loading internet. So just going to skip na lang. So you find the file nga laboratory activity number 2. You download the final version, not the original version, kaya na ay gamay nga changes nga kung i-include dira. Okay. So as you can see, for the activity number 2, final term, will focus on Microsoft Excel. So most of you siguro is not ingana pa kaayo ka nindot og background kay Excel, but Excel is very useful in terms of data manipulation, and even we are using this one also for data analysis. So all start of career in the computing aspect should also know this and familiar with the features and capability kung unsay naa kang Excel, given nga this is very useful not only in those mentioned na aspect but also future updates also with Excel, and even katong latest nila nga release nga Excel can even execute Python nga mga codes directly natively in Excel. So that will make also mas powerful and capable sa Excel in numerous nga mga functions in the future. Okay, so to give you some tawag ani a background to Excel. So unlike Microsoft Word, Excel has a different interface. So what we have here is kayo mga box kibali nga makita nato dire. This is what we call as a cell. Okay? And in Microsoft Excel or in any spreadsheet program, a cell is unique. Okay? Dala siya ginatawag na to nga address. So for example, this cell is specifically, we call this one as B3. So we use the column and row nga numbering niya to name the address of the specific cell. Okay? So, for instance, if you want to check also yung pinakataas na to akuan, XFD yung pinaka last na to nga column. Tapos in terms of row, we have 1,048,576. So that gives us the last cell for a worksheet is XFD 1,048,576. And we don't limit also that there kasi we're just dealing with one worksheet. Okay, this one, nasa baba, worksheet 1. We can add more worksheets as we can or as needed also sa document. So every worksheet na XFD 1,048,000 and so on and so forth tayon sa iyahang number of cells. Okay? So, I guess mo na siya ang pinaka-primary siguro. Another thing also that we need to review on Microsoft Excel is once the cursor has different nga mga functions in the whole interface of Excel. Okay? We can see that the cursor changes as we move along. So for example, just like this, just like that, kapag nasa taas, the cursor changes because per interface ng Excel na siya lahi-lahi nga pwede niyang i-execute. Okay? So the first is the white cross, basically for selection naman na siya. Tapos select entire column, select entire row. When you put the cursor between the column and the row headers, you can have the adjustment of the column width and the row height as well. If you select a cell, tapos you move the cursor around it, for example, I'm going to type A. Okay. That is, we move the value of the cell from one to another. Okay, then we even have this black cross. So the black cross as a big handle is being utilized in Excel para automatically detect niya ang content, tapos Excel will going to to put na lang dayon or to detect ano yung possible sequence o ano yung possible nga pwede niya nga idugang sa sunod ng mga cells under anong black cross. For example, okay, so January, once you have a black cross, automatically kaya na niya i-detect dayon nga you are having a sequence para sa days of the month. Okay? Even a short nga tawag yung 3-letter name ng month names, of course. Tapos even days of the week and number sequential die. Okay? So for example, 1, 2, automatic naman na siya. Sige, let's have 1, 3. I'm going to select cells A7 and B7. Then try ako o black cross. then i-detect niya ang sequence based sa akong first two nga gi-select dayon. Okay? With that, you can command what will be the possible field series nga i-provide ni Excel sa ato ang pag-set sa block or pag-use sa block cross dayon. Okay? So, that's the foundation in Excel man po. So, I guess we can proceed with the part 0, yung part 0 sa inyong workbook. By the way, I'm talking kanina about worksheet. So this is a worksheet, another worksheet, and the whole worksheet or the whole file of Excel is what we call as a workbook. So basically, pinaka fundamental nga part sa ato ang Excel is the cell. A worksheet is composed of multiple cells. Then a workbook is composed of at least one worksheet dayon. So meaning combination of cells, you have worksheet. Combination of worksheets, you have a workbook. Okay? So for the part 0, just input your name, your section, and the date frame. Okay? So in part 1, basically, kailangan natin actually sa part 1 is basically the formatting raman siya. Okay? The basic formatting in Excel. So what you're going to do is to follow this image here na nasa worksheet. You will get to do that here sa ato ang worksheet mismo. Okay? So to do that, so observe na to ang ato expected na output. So from cell A2 to I2, so mura siya murag nausa na siya tanan. We call this one as merge. Okay? So, to merge a cell, so what you do is select lang. So, U2 up to I2. Okay? Maybe zoom a little para ano. Tapos, once na-select na sila, can go to home. Tapos, you have here merge and center. Okay? So, once you click on that one, automatically, na-merge na siya. Meaning, a cell is now treated into one. But the address niya is katong pinaka leftmost or if ang ato ang pag-merge is vertical, ang pinakataas ang iyang i-detect nga address. So for example, this is a sample report. Excuse me. So yun. So that's, I guess, the first part sa ato ang tawag ani. Okay? Next is we have the name, tapos the name of the months dayon. Okay? Until August. Okay? So here, we type your name, tapos here, January. So just like what I showed you kanina, so just going to have to select that one, black cross. The black cross is located here sa lower right portion yung na ay green pagyod nga tawag ani nga marking dira sa pag-select sa cell. So you press on that one, you long press, you hold and drag right. Okay? So yun. So I guess na-satisfy na nato yung name then up to August. Okay. So to make the text look similar to the expected output, we're just going to select the whole na ano, the demand names. Tapos in the, let me just grab the magnifier. Okay. So in the home, natin makita dira nga this is what we call as the ato ang possible orientations ato ang text kibali. So select na to ning angle counterclockwise. Yun. Tapos observe na to nga murag dili man na siya mabasa. So the next thing that we can do is we put the cursor between 3 and 4, then we move down dayon para mabasa or mabot sa point nga mapakita na to tanan dayon nga text sa ato ang cell. Okay? So once you successfully have changed that, ito yung output ninyo. Okay? Let's check if pare-parehas pa. Yes, we're having the same output na. So the last dayon is, observe also sa output na to, more siyang na lines. Okay? So we call this one as ato ang border. So every cell, nakita tayo pwede tayo mag-set ng border. By default, wala border. Okay? So what you're gonna do is select na to, select white cross, select na to from A2 up to 21. Okay? Once na-select na siya, we proceed to home. Tapos dire is we have the borders. Just directly below the font and the font size. Okay? So first is we're going to select here all borders. Then na siya border dayon. Okay? Tapos have also pick outside border. Okay? Good. So your output may look like this or your output may similarly look like this. Wala problema. both will be considered gihapon. Depende na siya sa result tayo. So nindot na siya kay dili-detect na niya nga murag medyo pahalang na dayon ang tawag ani plus star sa ato ang image asa to ang content. Okay? One feature also, again, this output or similar to this output, wala na siya problema. Okay? So, one thing also that we can work with here is we can adjust the alignment of our text sulod sa cell. Okay? Here, by default, naaman tayo left, center, right. Observe, gaga-change ang position niya. Now, in cells, we can also adjust it as a top, sa middle, or sa bottom. Okay? Look the changes kapag i-click na ko ni sila. So what we're gonna do here is I want you to select on the middle and the center. Okay? In that way, the plaster siya ayo sulod sa tuang cell. Okay? Last thing that I want you to do for this activity, for this worksheet, is to select the column headers from the name A3 to I3. Tapos, let's apply border nga fill color. Okay? So, I want you to select the lightest nga shade sa color yellow nga naka-default sa inyong interface nyo. And with that, this will be your possible output na dayon for the part number 1. Okay? So you may pause this video or return to the video if you want to do the output as specified in the part 1. Okay? Okay, so in part 2, so what we have here sa part 2 is on formatting cell content. Now, as I mentioned kanina, we can put values sulod sa isang cell. Okay. Then Excel has a wide range of features na pwede nato buhaton para i-set nato ang format on how we wanted the data is presented sulod sa isa ka cell. Okay? So, for instance, we have here number. Okay, yun. So, sa first part is we have numbers. Sa second part is we have date. Murag wala siya na-adjust. Okay? Yun lang. Okay. So, here, we have here numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, what you need to understand in Excel is this one. Once we enter data, nala siya mga default na content kay Excel. So once we enter data, for example, if that is a number, for example, 1, automatically, Excel moves the value to as a right alignment. Okay? Kapag letter na siya, example, naka-left align na siya by default. Although, ma-change na to na siya as we want. But by default, mo na siya ang ato ang tawag ani. You can also see also kapag that's a number, yeah, basically, i-detect mo niya general, or this one will be general equal. Okay? So, what you to have a look on this one. So, giselect na ko si A4. Okay? Tapos, observe diri sa taas, still under sa home. Once we select on a cell, there is a numbers. This one gives you idea nga ang type sa ato ang value is text, but it's a number. Okay? So, pag ganito nga ato ang setting sa ato ang content, meaning we cannot do executions unless i-convert na to siya into number. So, to convert this, simply, you can just select one, tapos select na to as a number. By default, all number also in Excel is kapag na decimal place, automatically ito decimal place niya, just like this one. So, select one ako na siya, automatically it changes the orientation from left to right, tapos it removes all other or iyan na ground of the uban ng mga values. Okay? Ayun. Okay. So we're going to do the rest to do the same thing sa remaining mga content. So just to select all. Tapos we go to home. Tapos from text, we go for number. Okay? So dire, makita nato nga tanan sila two decimal places na tayo. Okay. So next is same. Kani sila is i-treat pa to sila as number. So just go to select all na lang ni sila. Tapos, i-convert na ko ni sila tanan to number. So, tanan sila na move and basically tanan sila it already has a two decimal places na dayon niya sa top. Okay. So for the next column, we have no decimal place. So we're just going to round off this into no decimal place. To do that, select lang nato sila, then naata there is a number. We have two options here, either to increase, just like what you are seeing now, or to decrease the number of decimal place. So not remove entirely kasi it might also tawag ani, mawala ang reliability sa itong data kung imo i-delete mismo. So this is just formatting. Excel will just going to round off kapag kailangan siya i-round off. Okay? So, ayun. So, I guess we satisfied the no decimal place na dayon for the second column. Okay? Next is we're going to move with the column for currency. Now, aside from the usual numbers, we can set also format like currency or sa ato ang mga format for monetary na utilization. So for this one, we're going to select this one. Tapos we can move this one to currency. But kung ang ato ang location, even the computer itself is may preset, naka-ano na siya, naka-dollars, just like this one. Okay? We can move here pero wala gyapon tayo makita gyapon diri nga peso. So to have para makita pa ng features, we can go to right click. Again, I selected muna all the data sets here. Right click, tapos I proceed to format cells. So pag click na ko format cells, the dialog box for format cells will be visible dialog. Okay? So here, this will be the different categories. Okay? So just going to select tawag ani. For a while lang. Kasi ay kapanawag. For a while. Okay? Sorry. Continue. So again, kanina, what I did is since wala man tong symbol for PHP, so there is tawag ani sa option under currency. So what I'm going to do is to open the dialog box para sa all features under cell formatting. So select nito yung mga cells, right click, tapos we select here format cells. So this will be the tool para sa cell formatting. So atong button there is we select currency. Then we have options here, number of decimal places if you want to increase or decrease, symbol. Okay, so from the symbols dayon, so we're just going to find na lang dayon yung PHP. Okay? This might be ayun. So, one thing also that we can work here is dito sa baba. Naa siya different format kapag we have negative numbers. Okay? So we can do a color red or yung enclose nga tawag ani parentheses or even red and close and open parentheses. So I want you to select here PHP. After you have selected PHP, yung second option in which color red ang negative numbers. Okay? Then click OK. Ayun. So that is now the output for currency ka PHP. Nag-set na to ang negative numbers to red. So kapag hindi siya negative number, ayun, it's changed. Yeah. Do not change it because I'm going to check it. 100% dapat ma-execute ninyo whatever I'm showing you or whatever I want you to execute aning mga worksheets. Okay? So the last part here is this is not accountancy but na-typo lang this will be accounting. Okay? So in the accounting, similar, gihapon wala siyang currency. So we're just going to have the right click here, tapos go to format cells, similar kanina. Tapos select na to yung accounting and just like kanina din, let's find the PHP na lang. Okay. PHP. Ayun. Okay. So click OK. Ayun. Automatically, since accounting mo na siya by default, muna siya ang ginagamit sa tawagan. Basically, yung accounting ng mga purposes para aning format. So, naka-open and close parentheses yung mga negative numbers. So, this will be the expected output for the part 1 sa ato ang part 2 rather. First part sa part 2. Yeah, first part sa part 2 sa ato ang work. Okay? Number formatting. Now, okay, have time to perform na lang dahil you can pause the video, then you work with the worksheet, tapos you can resume after so that we can proceed dahil. So sa baba, this will be the days of the week. Okay? So for this one here, what I wanted you to do rather is, I want you to perform cell formatting based on this specific na mga formats. So for date, so month name, day, comma, year. Okay? We have also weekday, comma, month name, then day, comma, year, then day, month name, comma, year. So similar kanina sa pag-set nato o currency and accounting na format. So we need to select this one first, right click, tapos we proceed to format cells. In format cells, yeah, you can do custom if you wanted, but para mas dali, we can go to date, tapos pangitaon na din nato itong similar nga format ani niya. Okay. Now, note also nga you might find here nga nung gamay lang ang format. Okay? Because the sum of the format is limited by local or by its location. So you can move across different locations kapag wala tong format nga inyong gusto makita or gusto ninyo i-apply sa ato ang mga date. Okay? So for this one, we have the month name, day, comma, year, which is very basic. Usually standard na natin yung format also. So we have here March, this one, March, month name, day, comma, the year. When I click OK, automatically mo adjust na din na siya tayo. Okay? So I want you to do the remaining part here, which is the weekday, comma, month name, day, comma, year, and the day, month name, comma, year. Okay? So you perform the remaining two na lang dayon based on the formats na given. Kung dili makita ang format, maybe because wala na-adjust ang size sa imuhang row sa 17. So you move the cursor between 17 and 18, drag down dayon para makita to ang format. Okay? Maybe na change ang format ani pag-upload na ako ata sa Google sa pag may open siya sa Google Sheets. Okay? So I guess that's it for the part 2. Okay? So just pause the video, conduct perform po ni siya. Okay? Don't forget to save your file. Next will be on the conditional formatting. Now, aside from the mention kanina, Microsoft Excel na siya mga built-in mga formatting tools to identify, to select, and to highlight data set na to. Okay? So, we have six set of data here. So, each data set na atay lahi nga buhaton. So, for example, you have a large data set, tapos on that large data set, you want to identify sino yung less than 75. Ginagamit yun, actually naman siya kapag sa inyo sa class record. So, verify na mo dali kung isa itong mga naibagsak, na 4, na 3. Okay? Anyway, for this one, so we have the data set here. So, set red color for values less than 75. So, if you want a mano-mano, so select na siya, select, appeal pa din siya. Right click, tapos red text. Tapos this one, select red text. Okay. That's okay lang kapag we have a small data set. However, if you're dealing with 100 or even 1,000 data set, that will might be tedious and hago. And of course, since manumanuhon man siya, na siya possibility nga prone siya to error kibalik. So, most of the time, kapag mo gamit ang Excel, you'll just give command to Excel, you just set the tools, then let Excel do the rest of the dial. So for this one, we're going to set color, red color for less than 75. First thing is select nato itong mga data set. Tapos in the home tab, proceed na sa conditional formatting. Select nato. We have different options here under conditional formatting. But since we wanted only to highlight values less than 75, then we select the first option, highlight cell rules. Then obviously, that's less than. Okay? Gawas na siyang option, we just put there 75. Then we can select options here like red fill, light red with red text, or even we can custom the format here para ano. Okay? For now, just going to settle with light red fill with dark red text. Okay? Click OK. So observe the dayon that in your dataset, na-highlight automatically yung mga less than 75. Okay? This goes even better kapag na-changes sa imong dataset. The cell automatically changes based on the defined conditional formatting. If you want to remove the format nga na-set na nato, you can do conditional formatting, tapos clear rules. Then you can either clear the rules from the selected cell or for the entire na worksheet. Okay? So this is the how we apply highlight cell rules specifically for less than. Okay? Kapag greater than, then you can apply. Next is let's have the top bottom rules. Similarly, we're going to use conditional formatting. So first, select na yung mga cells. Then proceed since we wanted to identify the top 5. Sino yung mga top 5 dito? Palagsak po yung mga taan na mano-mano. So just let Excel do it na lang for us. So select na to. Go to conditional formatting. Next, we're going to have the top bottom rules. Then top 10, pero atong kailangan is top 5. Don't worry, we're just going to select the top 10 since we can change the top or the value here or the rank value here. Okay? So just input 5, tapos maybe we can just change it to maybe green. Okay. Ayun. Okay. Once you click OK, now the format changes. Similarly kanina sa ato ang less than 50. Less than 75. Okay? So for this one, bottom, select po nato, conditional formatting, top bottom, you select bottom. You can even have a 10% kapag need percentage ka value nyo kailangan. Okay? Top 90%, so you can have it one. For this one, we're just going to have the ranking raman po. So we're just going to have the bottom 5. Maybe we could play with yellow here, okay, for distinction. Yeah. So that will be an example of presenting data automatically per cell na dial using conditional format. Data bars is more on visual. Okay. So si data bars is just showing mas dako og data, mas dako siyang i-fill just like what you are seeing now. Okay. Maybe we could play with color blue. Yeah, probably that one. The color scales, you have option either mas stronger ang color sa mas takong value or it could be the other way around. Okay, just like that one. Okay, or that one. Okay, mas darker ang takong value, lighter ang gamay og value. Okay, tapos icon to just give you a specific nga icon set lang dayon that you can play with. Okay, so ayun. Okay, so maybe this one. Yeah. Okay. So for this worksheet, I want you to do the follow all the conditional formatting rules. Given the rules, bahala dili exactly ma-follow unsa nga color akong gipili. Make sure nga dapat ma-apply ang rules. Okay? Ma-check na to ni siya kasi kapag i-change na ko ni siya, let's say I'm going to put here 5, automatically everything changes dayon sa to ang selected. As you can see, top 5 paghihapon na sila. Okay? So, pause the video to perform the part 5 of this activity. Okay, so let's proceed with part 4, which is we'll start siya og formula and function in Microsoft Excel. Okay, so this is one of the major nga advantages if you're going to use Excel yun. Okay, formula and function. Okay, so let me just pull this one again. Okay, for example, I have sample data set here. Let me just do this. Okay, para natin mag-list. Okay, so let's say for example, I want you to add the value of data set A and data set B. So it's 282 and 466. So there are many ways that we can work or formula na to ani para sa Excel. Okay? So one way is basically we use the constant 282 plus 466. So once you do that, you have a correct answer which is 748. Yeah, you might want to check, but basically ato ra isalig kay Excel na kaya mag-perform og computation sa Excel given na correct ang atong operation and correct atong data nga gina-input also. Okay? So this is one way. Okay? Second is we can use the selection or referencing of cell. Okay? So what I did here is just I selected only A2 plus this one. Okay? Enter. Both of them, similar ang output nila. Okay? Next option is magamit o we call this one as functions. Functions are built-in mga operation in Excel para mas padali ang execution and data manipulation. So, I started with equal sign, tapos I just type the name of the function, tapos tab lang na yun. Okay? Well, para ma-activate yung value, at least proceed ko sa pag-input sa parameters. So this is the parameter. So you're just going to select this one. Okay. Ayun. So all of them got correct answer. Okay, for this one. Now, if I wanted nga again, what we're doing usually in Excel is automation sa itong trabaho. So di ta magsigbalik-balik og input sa formula. You can just to select katong na input na formula, then black cross. Unfortunately, sayop na. Okay? Why? Okay? This is only 58 and 441. Okay? So, sayop. Okay. Let's use this one. Okay? Yung formula nato nga, the formula by the way is 282 plus 466. This one, sa column E, we have A2 plus B2. Okay? So once we use the black cross to drag it, ayun. Okay. It's okay. It's feeling sakto ang yung result. Okay. So meaning this is a good na or this is what we call as a sakto nga function or formula para ani nga problem. This one also, yung sum, we're just going to drag similar kanina. And this is also a correct answer. So what you can see here is not a different. Correct to sir, yung column D, yung column E and anong correct si column E and column F, while column D is not correct. Basically because I'm just going to show you the formula nga atong gigamit sulod sa mga cells. Okay. So yun. So three different formula. Two na a correct answer, isa dili correct answer. So for this one, nganong mo fail ni siya? Because we're using constant. Meaning, we're just adding only 282 plus 446. Pag munaog na dire sa sa cell D6, 228, 282 and 446 riya po na siya. Since this is constant, given wall type pa na to. Sa second and third, what we're using common sa ilaha is we call this the cell referencing. A2 is not a value, but an address of the cell, A2. Same with B2. Makita na to kung sakto atong selection na anak kay mag-color na sila. Then this one matches the color sa katong cell nga atong ang gi-identify kibaling niya. This is what we call as cell referencing in Excel. Meaning, or sa Bisaya pa, sa simple na pagkastorya, we're just telling Excel nga kung say value anak ka cell, add whatever the value of the next cell is. Okay? So wala ko labot kung say value anak for as long as you add it. Okay. Then the magic happens kapag i-black cross na to here. Will give you correct answer because the reference also moves kung kapag gina-black cross na to. Similarly, kapag horizontal na pag-move also sa ato ang black cross. Okay? So, the reference does not, wala siya nag-fix sa A2 and B2, whereas nag-move siya to A3 to B3. Here, A4, B4, A5, B5, and A6 and B6. Okay? Similar also what happened here. Nag-move gihapon ang iyang reference gihapon. So if you're executing, making a formula in Excel, you can use constant kapag constant lang siya. But if you're referring to a value in Excel also, nga nasa cell, maybe it's better for you to use a cell referencing for this one. Okay? Proceed sa activity. So the worksheet gives you instruction and sample data set. So for example, the first one here in E5 is the sum of X and Y. So this is the value for X, this is the value for Y. So you may either use the sum or you may use the tawag ani, yung equal sign. Select X and Y, enter. Okay, select na to, then we drag down. Okay, so no need to check, sakto lagi na kay mo man na result ni Excel. Okay, so next will be the sum of X, Y, and Z. So sum, just select all. Ayun. Tapos, to drag all here. Okay. So here we have the product of X and Z. Okay. So, this one, medyo naatay alteration ani. So, na may product na function, you will know kung existing ang product or ang function is pag mag-type ka sa name sa product, makita na siya nga option diri sa baba. Pag wala, wala yun na siya. Wala yung option niya makita ninyo. Okay? Meaning non-existing pa na siya nga function in Excel. Okay? So, for here, so natin, pero we cannot do like this. Kasi, ang buhaton na niya is it will going to compute for the product of X, Y, and Z. Okay? Let me explain muna. Let's get to that one. So in Excel also, we have two operators na pwede ito gamitin sunod sa function. This will be the comma and the tawag ani, the colon. Kapag magamit tag sum, product, or kanang wala kaayo siya changes or wala ka siya unique na mga parameters, this is read as and this is read as 2. Okay? So for example, just going to have a sample. Sum of this one is like that. Okay. So this will give you 2,000. Just to have the same na lang para makita nato ang iyahang formula. Okay. Ayun. So this is the formula for sum A2 tapos colon B6. Okay. So this will be a different tawag ano the result if we're using sum of this and this. Okay. Ayan. So, apart from lahi ang value jud nila because we're using different also nga pag-identify sa parameters in Excel. So as I mentioned kanina, the comma, we read this one as and. Ayun, the colon, we read this one as 2. So this is read as the sum of A2 to B6, meaning from A2 until B6 ang iyahang i-add. Whereas this one, the sum of A2 and B6 only. So ang iyang compute lang is only the A2 and the B6 lang. Okay? So that is how we identify the parameters or the value nga ato i-add or i-apply sa ato ang formula and functions. So for here, so we're just going to use product. Tapos this is basically and duha raman ato ang identified and basta itapan po. So that's X, comma, Z. Okay? Enter. Tapos use black cross na lang tayo para iyahang i-compute na siya tayo. So next is we have average, which X, Y, Z. So actually pwede ni siya nga ninyo buhat pero kapoy. Mataghan mo o ipang-add. So might as well select lang. Select tapos. Okay? Para uniform, just ito to decimal places like that. Yeah, that looks better, diba? The last here is the average of X and Z. Okay. So dito, similar to rin average of this is X, comma, Z. Okay? Ayun. Probably siguro para uniform. To decimal places lahat. Then that makes the data set mas nindot na. Okay? So, pause the video. Then, perform muna the part number 4. Okay. So, let's proceed here sa baba. So, nali medyo typo sa instruction. But, for the computation na requirement diri sa baba, we're going to use the dataset, all datasets from B5 to Z14. Okay, so for example here, the first option here, or the first instruction here is the sum of all values. Easy, matik na siya. Sum of B5 to D14. Enter. And you have 220. Average of all values, similar, just like what we did kanina. Average, select na natin is na tayo. Enter. Okay. Maybe to decimal place will work. Okay, sum of all values, this one. a different na function that we can use. Sum of all values greater than 10. Okay, so nasa hint dira. We're going to use the sum if. So for this one, there will be some data triplet that we can work nga. We're just going to selective lang ang ato ang i-compute. Like for this instance, we just need to add lang yung mga values which are greater than 10. Okay? So meaning yung dili greater than 10 will be neglected dayon para sa tawag ani sa atong computation. So for this example, greater than 10 is you have 12, 14, 16, 18. So probably your the passive, pwede siguro buhaton ana is ganyan. Okay? But again, since data ka Excel, Excel can do the data identification and evaluation and computation for us. Again, given with correct nga function and formula nga atong gamiton. So for here, I just want you to introduce with some. Okay. So, ang purpose niya is mag-compute siya sa addition with a given condition. Okay? So, exactly what the problem requires us or needs us to do. So, this would be SUMIF. SUMIF. Tapos, just going to zoom this one. So, this is what we call as parameters. Okay. In functions, we have parameters. Depende sa function na siya lahi-lahi ng parameters para atong sum ganito this is parameters niya. For SUMIF, naa siya 3 parameters but yung sum range yung naa sa ang tawag ani sa square bracket is the optional, meaning pwede lang wala. Okay? Pwede din siya wala kapag parehag value imong range and the sum range. So, first is the range. So, the range is basically atong basis sa criteria. Okay? So, ang atong criteria dire is our condition. Okay? Separated din siya by a comma, by the way. So, pag move ta, makita ninyo na bold ang next nga parameter. Okay? And next tayo. Okay? So, the criteria part is our condition. So, dili ta mag-set of possible condition based sa atong needs sa ato ang data. So, first is we get to select the range. So, ano yung range? So, that would be the one. Okay? I'm not even selecting this one lang. Okay? Okay? I'm selecting all. Then, I want, I will, instruct Excel from this data set, there ang greater than 10, mura iyan. Okay? So, that is the range part. Okay, comma. For the criteria, this is how to add criteria for a greater than 10. You put double quote, tapos greater than symbol, then the value. If you want less than, of course, you put less than. Okay? Since kailangan natong greater than. Okay? So, the third or the last parameter is optional. So, pwede na siya. In this case, pwede na natin gamiton. But later sa uban yung mga problem, we will going to use the third parameter. Okay? So again, so your formula will be SUMIF, open close parenthesis. This is the range. So ang atong basihan sa atong condition at the same time, atong basihan sa atong computation. Then this is the condition. Meaning, we wanted only to process or to compute the values which are greater than 10. Enter, then that will be the result. Okay. Yeah. If you understand this one, the rest na dayon sa remaining part dire will be kaya rin ninyo dayon. Okay? So, just going to have this one. Wait lang, i-zoom na lang ako. Okay? So, average lang. So, average if, same, select lang natin na sila. Tapos, yeah. Having the same condition, greater than 10, ayun. Okay. So, that would be the formula for that one. Next is sum of all values less than 10. So this is the less than na version sa kadtong galing nga problem. Okay? So SUMIF, data set, tapos this would be less than 10. Okay? Ayan. Average of all values less than 10. Again, similar lang gihapon. Average if, pero naka-less than lang. Oops, nanubra. Check na to. Yeah. So here, it requires you to count how many values that are greater than 10 and less than 10. So, by default, naaman tayo function ang account. It counts the value sa ato ang cell kung naisunod ba na siya nga cell or wala. Okay? For this, we're going to use the count if. Okay? Pinamay condition. So, we're just going to count kung pila dira ang greater than 10. Ayun. Okay? So, last, for count if, okay, but we are going to count pila dito ang less than 10. Yun. Okay. Not even counting this one, but yeah. Kaya na Excel mo count para sa tuwa dahil. The largest value will be max. Ano yung largest value in the data set? Okay. Select ito tanan. Okay lang nito. Gamay ra mo itong data set. So, murag, dili kay siya ingana nga murag mag-create tag pangita. Pero, again, if we're dealing with 100 or even 1,000 data sets, kana, mas ma-appreciate niyo ni siya ng mga functions dahil. Okay? So, yeah. Pause the video, perform the remaining part of the part 4. Okay? So, suppose tapos na si part 4. Let's proceed with part 5. So, si part 5 is basically similar lang na approach for the part 4. So, magamit lang ta o tawag ani some ifs gihapon, some if and even some ifs there is sa baba nga part. Okay, so for example, the first one here is total units sold. So, just basic sum for all of the units. Okay. Yeah, so that's the total units. Okay. Natay option also here. If you want nakatubit ang tawag ani, na ay comma per 1,000 and up nga part. Okay. Pwede na to na siya i-click na yung dire sa home. Tapos here kaning comma. So comma style pag inyuhan ng gis ko automatically pero maghatag siya decimal place by default. Okay? So pwede na siya i-remove lang gihap. So mas dali ma-determine nato ang 1,000, 100,000, million, and even pataas pa yun. Okay? So second here is the number of pens sold. So we're going to determine here pila ka buok ang pen nga nabaligya based sa ato ang dataset. Okay. So this one, in this kaninga problem, we will be using the sum if. Kailangan tayo condition. Again, kung ay operation like sum, average, tapos na ay condition, matik na siya nga mogamit ang sum if. So here, we are going to identify pila ka book ang pen nga nabaligya. So the condition here is pen. Then pila ka units ang atong basihan ani. Okay? So for this problem, we will use the third option or the third parameter here. So the sum range. Why? Ang atong range, again, the purpose of range is siya ang basis for our criteria. Okay? So, then the sum range is katong atong i-compute dayon. For this problem kasi, is ang ato ang range is or basis sa criteria is item. So dili ni siya mao atong gina-add. Okay? So manang mo gamit sa third criteria. So start. So sum if find na to ang range. So the range na to again the basis for our criteria is katong items. Okay? Comma. Wait lang, let me just zoom para dali mas makita ang formula. Okay? Sum if, again, the range is yung D4 up to D25. Okay, so here. Now, unlike kanina, dili man ni greater than, dili man ni less than, exact ang ato ang pangitaon. So, since we want to check for the pen, so ang ato i-type dire is pen lang dayon. Okay? Kasi we wanted to find dire ang value ng pen. Okay? The last parameter is the sum range. Kani dayon ito i-select dire is kanya to i-add dayon pag ang condition ma-met, meaning kapag pen ang iyahang kalinya ibale sa atuang dataset mo ini iyahang i-add dayon. So for the sum range i-select nato ning units. So from E4 So this is what the formula will look like. So sum if D4 to D5, again, this is our range. The range is the basis for our criteria. Then, yung sum range, since dili man kani ang ato i-add, unlike sa katong naa sa part 4, so kaya we determine a different nga range para sa ato ang i-add. So, enter, that's 103. Okay? So for here, total pen sold, similar lang, but atong basis will be the total. Okay? So again, that's sum if our range is still here sa item. Okay? Tapos, ang ato ang condition here, same, pen, put in open and close quotation mark. Then, ang atong basihan din karon dire is the total. Okay? So total meaning kani ato ang ipa-compute ng Excel. So you have that one. So I guess kaya niyo buhaton ang pencil sold, total pencil sold as well. Total units. Units, dili ta mabase sa units sold in East region. So kapag East region siya, what we're going to have here is sum if, tapos ang ato ang basihan sa condition or criteria is the region. Okay? Tapos, kama, Eastman, not the word East region because wala may word na East region dire. So, we'll find only the East lang. Okay? So, East, unit sold. So, ang ato again, maski dili sila tapad, Excel will identify kung kinsa dito si East, then ang kalinya din niya dayon mura iyahang if. Okay? So, I guess dali rin ninyo buhatan. Central ang dahil ang yung buhatan dali. Excuse me. So, next here is we have multiple nga condition. So, for here, the total pen sold daw by Andrews. Okay? So, ang atong condition dire is si pen tapos si Andrews. So, murag naghimo ta og two multiple conditions nga dapat ma-meet niya. So, for example, Andrews o si Pen, mamating na pakita nato. So, Pen, kana, dili siya i-compute, kay dili man siya Pen. Andrews, although Andrews siya, pencil man. Okay, ingana ang iyahang pag-set. Okay, Andrews pencil. Okay, Andrews binder. So, unfortunately, ang naalay record diri is si Andrews pencil, si Andrews pencil o Andrews binder. So expect na to diri nga zero ang result nato kay wala may na-determine nato. But to make the formula for this one, we can not use the sum if, but kung naatay two or more conditions, we'll use the sum ifs. Okay? So, si sum if naa siya'y lahi nga tawag ani placement sa ato ang parameters. Okay? Nag-una si sum range. Again, the sum range, kung ma-remember ninyo dire, sa sum if, nasa pinaka-last. Okay? Katong basihan nato kung sa ato ipang compute. For sum ifs, nag-una ang ato ang sum range. Okay? So, since pen sold, dito ta sa units mo base. Ayon, select na ito na dira. Okay. Then, nanata sa criteria range 1. So again, the criteria range 1, ang range 1 is ang basis sa ato ang criteria 1. Okay? This makes the formula accepts multiple na dayon nga condition. So first criteria is pen sold by Andrews man. So select na to si pen. Okay? So dapat daw kana siya is pen. Okay, tama. Para next criteria. Now we are now at the second range nga criteria. Okay? So ang next nga criteria will be the rep nga name. So dire nato pangitaon or ati ipapangita si Excel. So Andrews. So therefore your formula should look like this. So sum if, this is your sum range. This is your first criteria, first condition. Meaning, aha dire sa D4 to D25 ang pen. Second dayon is asa sa C4 to C25 si Andrews. Okay? If your answer is 0, and kanin yung formula, then you have a correct answer for that one. Kasi wala may nabaligya nga pen si Andrews. Maliban na lang if we put here pencil. Okay? The result will be 89. But what we need is the pen. Okay? Kasi si Andrews na may nabaligya nga pencil. Yeah, 75. Then si Andrews also will be pencil 40. Okay? So the formula is this. Again, sum ifs, the sum range. Tapos the first range sa criteria 1. This is the criteria 1. Then this will be the sum range again for criteria number 2, and this is the criteria number 2 nga ato ang condition. So with this I guess na kaya ninyo i-compute ni total pen sold by Jones na dayon. Okay? So pause this video tapos continue with the activity. Okay, let's proceed sa part 5. So for the part 5, we will be using text functions in Excel. Okay, so what we have here is sample nga tawag ani nga mga names to left, assignment, tapos we need to extract or combine the data according to the requirement there is sa taas. Okay, but before that, we just give you a quick nga tawag ani run through to some of the common nga ginagamit nato nga mga functions in text. Okay. So for example, let's say X. Okay. So for example, this will be the name. Yeah. So natin mga different na functions in tawag ani in Excel. So let's have first yung mga basic. Okay? So for example is proper. So proper is i-convert niya ang text into a proper case. So basically wala changes mahitabo unless kapag small letter ni. Observe, automatically i-adjust na niya into capital letter ang first letter of the word. Okay. Next will be lower. Okay? The lower function makes the text sulod sa iyang parameter in all lowercase. Okay? Upper, yeah, I guess you have I think naman siguro nga basic na siya. Understood nga it will convert the text to uppercase tanan. Okay, that's proper, lower, then upper. Okay. So one also function here is we have len. So len is a function being used to return or to show how many characters ang naa sa ato ang text. Okay? So by description also returns the number of characters in a string. So ihapon na niya tanan, muna i-show din niya dayon. Okay? So meaning na ay 26. So if you want to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, including space ana sa iyahang characters nga gi-determine. Okay? Yun. Next is, or what we have here also is, we have the left. Okay? So the left function extracts a string within the text starting sa left, as the name of the function suggests. Tapos, it determines pinaka-characters na ito from the left. Okay? So for example, that one, I want to get 2. So kapag 2, meaning I'm only getting 2 characters from the left. So that's JU. Okay? So if I want to have, for example, I have 25. So, Juan Carlos Kyle X Santo. 26 man sila tanan. So nahulog nga I only get the 25 characters from the left. Okay? For example, if I want to get 4, I have 1. Okay? If I have 5 here, still I got 1 pero na space nga dili siya nga naka-visible kaayo. Ayun. Okay. So if we have left, we have also right. Okay? So si right is pareha ra gyapon ang left. Pero start na siya sa right. Okay? So if I have 5, I got Antos. Okay? If I'm going to put here 10, I have X Santos. Observe here na siya space there between. Okay? So that's left and it is right. I guess the last is find. Okay, which is very crucial also sa ato ang gamiton nga na activity later. Let me check kung naka. Okay. So sa find, it just finds the character tapos iyahang i-show kung asa na siya nga character na sa placement niya sa number of character sa plus star si bali sa string. So for example, if I'm going to find um, the letter U, so what I'm going to do is I put quote and quote U, ahana ko siya pangitaon dira ka character, dira ang string. Okay? So if I want to find U, the result is 2 because it's 1, 2. Okay? So if I want to find the letter K, ayun. Okay? Problema anin niya kay dapat mo-match ang imuhang case. Okay? So, K, why the result is 6? Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? Since naman sa 6 atong first yung nakita. Okay? So, that's a thing also that we can check. So, for example, if I want to find X, that's 18. If I want to find a dot, that's 19. If if I want to find siguro letter R, capital R, wala value kasi walang capital R but small letter R there is. So na ako'y number 8 sa result. So yeah, there are a lot of tawag ani functions there is. Also napot tayo concatenate. Concatenate, just concatenator, isumpay niya kung sabihin saya pa. Okay? Concatenate, for instance, I have here ES50 1C. Okay? So, equal sign, concatenate. So, concatenate this or kananduha, pwede. Pero observe nga, oops, murag dili ata ka siya. Okay, yeah, what happened here? Wait. Sorry. This one, tapos comma, this one. Okay? Now, observe here nga walay space in between. If you want to put space, you need to put literal space. Not by that, but by putting it in quote and quote, comma. Okay? So that's A2 concatenated by quote. This is a space, meaning naka-space ibutang sa duha ka quotation mark, comma, then the concatenated penal. Okay? So na kayo makita nga space din dira. If you want to put also dash, for example, like this, ganyan. Oops. Ayan. So that will be the out. So button na niya, concatenator niya tanan per separated by a comma. Okay? So again, proper, lower. So this is proper. This is lower. This is upper. Left, right, then concatenate. Oh, find also. Of course. And let. So that's how to use the formula presented. Let's go back sa activity na to. So what we have here is medyo tagan ni diri ang apart kanang first of all. So yeah. Sige. Let's start with this one. So we are going to extract the first name only in proper case. So for example, Brian Charles. Okay? So ayun. Ang function to gamitin dire will be left of this pero pila ka buka characters. Siguro we need to count ba? Sige, let's try 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Ayun. Ayun. So Brian Charles. So by extracted, sige, later na ni proper case na lang niya. Okay. So pag i-block cross na to ni do we have the correct ba? Formula for the rest? No. Kasi yung si Christopher becomes Christopher H lang, nawala si Henry. Si Rick Thomas, okay. Si George Orson, okay. Henry Ross, nasaag si middle initial. Si Keith Robert. Nawala ang D sa Rudyard, Calvin V, and etc. Basically sa'yo. Okay? So, why? Kasi, kung i-fix na ito nga 13, dili man tanan names na ay first name nga 13. Okay? So, kung sa'yo possible solution ani, so sir, isa-isa ko na ito, kibali sila. O, kani sir, mag-adjust ta, kaya wala man si ko, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay? It defeats the purpose nga nung gamit ta og functions in Excel. Okay? Tabla pa nato sa ato nag type man naman. No? So, what we have here, zoom na ko gamay, is we get to make use of additional nga mga formula. Okay? So, mag-nest ta o formula. So, it's a formula or a function under or inside a function. So, ang atong bikil ani is kaning 13, meaning the number of characters, that is number of cars, not number of chars. O ba na ko estudyante ga, the number of chars. Okay? So, the number of cars, ato na i-determine here, but we need to make sure nga dynamic siya para kailangan niya o kaya na ihapon o tanawon ila or ahataman ang first name lang. Okay. So, kana dito siya ibutang. So, ang question dayon is kung saan nato nga ma-determine nato nga mo na siya ang first name. So, as you can see sa pattern sa ato ang mga names, tanan sila na ay middle initial. Natanal middle initial na ay that. Okay? With that, na atay pwede nga mabasihan nga we can extract the first name. Okay, the first name is placed before the middle initial. Okay? So, tanaw po ito dire, pareha sila na ang uban, pareha o middle initial, ang uban, dili. Okay, so, makita ito dire nga nick per name, pero common siya sa tanan names is the dot nga symbol. Okay? So, muna usually ginagamit nato sa middle initial. Okay? So, na that. So, we can identify nga or we can deduce kibali na before that, that nga symbol na ma-place dira ang middle initial of the name. Okay? So, sa katong gipakita na ko ang mga functions kanina, magamit nato si left, this one. Tapos, pwede nato magamit ang find para pangitaon ang dot. Kaya ang placement sa dot, dito mahitabahibalaan kung pila nga characters dayon na siya before the dot, meaning the first name. Okay? So, try na to. Okay? So, this will be left, A5. Tapos, we'll find it. Okay? Sa A5 na to, will be the dot, the symbol. Hato pagkita ang dot, the symbol, dire gihapon. Okay? So, pag-enter na to, Brian Charles X dot. Correct ba? Sa'yo. Why? Naa si X dot. Pero pag i-black cross ta ni, paubos. You to observe is, tanan sila, kuha ang pattern, meaning uniform sila tanan nga, nag-end sila sa dot. So what we need to do na lang din is to remove this one. Dapat dili ma-appeal si middle initial o ang dot nga symbol. And to make that happen, ang atong buhaton, ang result ani, mag-minus 3 rata. Ganong minus 3? Minus 3 sa dot, minus 1 sa dot, minus 1 sa middle initial, o kaning space dahil niya. Okay? So, their formula should look like left, tapos A5, comma, this is now parameter, kana siya, parameter na siya sa ato ang number of character. Okay? Oops. Nawala na. Gi-extra man ako. Okay? That. Find na to siya diri nga kuan. Tapos minus 3. Enter. So namili na lang is Brian Charles. Pag yung black cross 8, automatically tanan na sila mo adapt adtong imuhang what do you call this one? Imuhang formula. So na-achieve na to. Oops, kulang pa. It should be proper case. So, a proper case, ato na butang proper, isulod na to tong left, the whole formula. Sulod sa proper, then, ayun. So, this is the function. that can be used for this problem. So, proper, tulod si left. Then, mo ni ang first parameter ni left, mo ni ang second parameter ni left. Even the parameter of left, basically, na-assign ka o galingon po nga function po dayon sunod sa iya. So, nag-minus 3 lang ta. Again, nag-minus 3 ta kay. Kung wala yung minus 3, kwaon niya appeal ang dot o ang middle initial niya. Okay? So, that will be the result. Okay. So, ayun. Okay? So, sige. Pause the video. Perform lang sa ani. You try sa. Kung hindi makaya try, balik-balik ko sa try na tayo. Okay? The second column here sa part 5 is we need to extract the last name. Unlike sa this column is first name, this one will be the last name. Okay? So, sige. Probably, ang nasa huna-huna nato is we're going to use the right. Okay? Right, tapos siguro, kopyahon niya po, siguro ninyo gihapon tong tawag ani, what we did kaninang find x. Okay? But that will not work. Okay? Since kung dili ta mag-up, ang iyang kwaon is ang right, how many characters si x? Sige, let's just get to show you na lang para ma-visualize kibali. Nasayop yun siya. Okay? Ayun. And minus 3. Ayun. So, lapas, kibali. Kasi we only wanted the data right, nasa right sa dot. Okay? So, ang atong base point gihapon, just like the first name, atong base point na to is ang dot gihapon. But we need to get yung nasa right lang. Okay? For this one, maybe, sige. Just further explain this one. So, pareha. Ilan ako ni? Para reference. So, kanilang, para gamay lang. Kasi daghan kaayo og text. Okay? Oops, nasaan yun? Sis Santos Lina lang. Okay, si Kyle XP. So, how many characters? Diba? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So, we have 10 characters here. Yun. Tapos, ang extract na nato is kaning characters after the dot kibali. So, ang atong buhaton ani is ang all characters minus ang character nga naa sa placement sa x kibali. Okay, kung i-minus na ang mabilin is kani naman lang dayon. Okay? Then kung may ihapta from right, muna iyang i-extract na lang dayon. Okay? So example, we have 10 characters minus kung saan character that. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have 7. So 10 minus 7 is we have 3. So kung mag-right ta, ani, 3 characters, it will get li, pero na space. So probably siguro, it will be 8. Kung 8, we only left with 2. Then, ma-remove na to ang saag nga space kibali. So, again, murag analogy or analysis na to para this one is, we need to get all characters, i-minus na to sa placement sa atong dot plus 1. Kung plus 1 ta kay para mawala ng isa ka space. Okay? Sige, let's put it into function. So, balik tag right. Sige. Tapos, we going to extract this one. Later na lang proper. Ato ra insert later. Comma. So, ito siya. The length of the text minus the placement of your dot. So, to get the length or the number of characters atong text, we'll use len. Okay. Close lang. Okay. Muna siya nga function. Minus yung find. Okay. So, mag-open lang ta parenthesis lang diri isa. Okay, para mag plus 1 man ta dayon later sa ato ang find. Okay? Plus 1 ta para ma-appeal o remove puan space. So, mo find ta sa to i-find ang dot gihapon from this one. Okay? So, kulangan lang na siya og open niya close parenthesis. Then, you have Lara. Again, this is the function. So, right of this text, finish siya again. This is a number. So, depende sa number sa ato ang last name. Okay? So, gibase nato na siya, gidetermine nato na siya with the number of characters sa string minus ang placement sa that nga plus 1. Plus 1 because of the space. Okay? So, that is Lara. Pag i-black cross na ni dayon, automatically, you will going to get the correct answer for this one. Ito lang last name. Okay. Then, proper na lang dayon para ma-plus star. So, the final formula for this problem is proper sulod dayon si right tapos len minus fine plus 1. Ayun. So, you have now the result for the column D nga problem. Okay? Sige. I-pause the video, perform sa, then I will proceed rin sa next. So, for the column E, what we need to do is just going to extract the last name, tapos ato ang i-concatenate ang iyang assignment nga na provide po sa dataset nato. So, the last name and the dataset. The assignment rather. So, it's very easy lang, concatenate this one. Magbutang ta og space, dash, comma, then the assignment. So, your function or your formula should look like that. Yun. Tapos, black cross. The rest is done na tayo. Okay? Last is the, ano to? Okay. Email. So, the last name that first name, the first name initial. So, si Lara B, meaning ang first initial, first letter sa first name, kibali, sa tawag ani so name. So, we can extract the first first letter of the first name via left 1. Tanan na left 1 naman tanan. So, dali na siya. Okay? So, concatenate. So, first is the last name. Tapos, concatenate ta og dot. So, nakuha na to si Lara. Okay? That is this one. Okay? Sumpay na to ang first letter sa first name. So, you can extract it by left. Left daw ani. Or we can use this one. Depende na sa inyo ha. Regardless, we need to get the first character naman po dayon. Okay? So, morning B. Tapos, we just proceed with at gmail.com. Ayun. Okay? So, your formula should look like concatenate D5 or the last name. Second parameter, or concatenated with a dot symbol. Concatenated with left sa A5 name, isa nga character. To pull out the first character of the name, concatenate dayon with at gmail.com. Then, black cross, and work yung pada sila talan dayon. Okay? So, pause the video, tapos continue dayon or perform the last column for this worksheet. Don't forget to save also your output. The part 6 of this workbook is the formula and function still, pero we're dealing with conditional diode. So, unlike sa mga nag-atong na-perform ganina, which is mag-sum if, count if, average if. So, this one is different lang yapon siya. Although, same concept, conditional, but we're going to use a different function at the same time, different approach po na to ang panan. So, for problems like, we need to identify ano yung pwede na to nga i-provide niya remarks, provide niya interpretation. Pero this is limited only to not limited man. You can have as many conditions as you can, pero probably siguro mas mo complex dayon, mas madaghan. Although naman tayo add nga function po, medyo magugot lang siya kung lahat yung condition kaayo for this one. Still, if we can perform one or two conditions, meaning kaya na din na siya for multiple period or even a higher number probably of mga conditions if the problem needs it. So in here, what we have here is possible sample data set nato is natin location. Tapos we have reading or record per location. Then kanina column sa remarks is we are going to determine if the record ba is normal or over. Okay? So we have also a column for permit. Tapos natay remarks, second remarks which is invalid or completed. Let's deal with this first. So sa first nga remarks is we are to determine only if that is a normal or over. Okay? So the basis here is naka-statement sa baba. So we're going to use if function to show over. So nara ang condition over if the grade value, typo na siya. Its record value is greater than 1,000. So kapag ito daw is greater than 1,000, so that is over. So this is not over, so that will be normal. So this will be over. Okay, again, we're not going to do that, but instead, get to make use of the tools of Excel to do this identification of our data and mag-show of data automatically. So in here, we're going to use if na function. Okay, so this is the what do you call this one? Syntax. So if, tapos we have the logical test. The logical test should be answerable by true or false. Okay? Pwede ka maghimo og arithmetic dire for as long as the final result of this parameter is either true or false. It's important na true or false siya because the second parameter is mo show kapag ang imong statement is true. Kapag false ang statement, dili mo gawas ang nasa second parameter, but the third parameter will be shown. Okay? So, simply, yung ani kibali ang maraog niya. Okay? Tapos true, false. So, if your condition is true, kaning nga statement dire, maoy mo show. Ipagawas nga sa cell. If the condition is false, the last condition or the last parameter will be shown, meaning it's either sa duha ang ma-execute or ang ma-show lang dire. So, this is very fitting with the problem that we have here. So, the condition will be, again, kung over siya 1,000 or less than 1,000, depende on how you make the condition. Either way, mag-work na siya. Then, ang plus lang din sa atong normal o over dial. Either man. So, start. If, so our logical test, if the record is greater than 1,000. So kung greater than 1,000, we put the text nga itong ipa-display in close in quotation mark. So, greater than 1,000 daw siya, the result is over, close, last parameter, comma, then we have normal. Ayun. Okay? So, yan na lang kasimple lang ito ang formula lang tayo. So, if D6 is this one, yung record. If the record daw is greater than 1,000, i-show niya ang over. Else, i-show niya ang normal. Enter. So, the result of normal. Tama ba? Based sa condition, of course. Then, drag na lang din natin na siya. And if you want to check, i-check lang. Pero basically, if sakto itong function na formula na to, Excel can definitely provide us with the correct answer. Ayun. So, this type of or kanisang technique can be used if you only have one function, one condition rather. Okay? So, muna siya nga, may work siya ani. So, ang remarks naman nato is normal or over based sa atong record. Now, dito sa column G, It's a different story, no? Similar, but naa siya'y additional nga tawag ani condition. So nasa two conditions nga if met. First is mo show daw ang word na complete or completed rather if ang record is below 1,000 tapos ang permit nga value is yes. Okay? Again, ano yung mga conditions na to? If ang record is below 1,000 and meaning dapat masatisfy ang both and ang permit is equal to yes. Okay. So this is two conditions nga naa diri. Kani ang condition raman ani. Okay? So pag masatisfy ning duha, ang result na to ana is completed. Okay? Either sa duha dili masatisfy, meaning kung ang record is tawag ani beyond 1,000 siya, then ang permit yes, mo fall na siya sa is invalid. Kapag ang record is below 1,000 and ang permit is no, meaning invalid ya ko na siya. This is the reason why nga gisulat ako diri ning word niya an. Okay. So when you say and, both of the statements should be true to make the whole statement true gyud na siya. Okay? So dili pwedeng ang isang statement false ang isa true para ma-show nato ni complete. Sabi sa problem, mo may gina-require pod, dili man either dapat both man nga conditions ma-met before siya matagaan og completed na remarks. So, what I do is mogamit ta og function nga and. Okay. And unlike if, si and ang iyaha lang i-return ani is true or false lang. Muna itong gamiton dayon kay by inherit the if dili ta maka perform og multiple nga tawag ani operations. Okay? I mean, we cannot perform multiple nga logical operations kang if alone lang. So muna nga mogamit tag isa ka function which is and. Okay? So, try to put this nga si and. Iha lang i-check kung ang tanan statements true. If all statements true, i-return niya is true. Kung naay isa nga statement nga false, meaning ang result niya is false. Okay? So, kani din si and, ato din siya ibutang dahil ato siya isunod sa atong condition later sa atong if to make the problem work. So, for example, nga na, condition 1, condition 2. So, this is the murag another version sa parameter equivalent with logical test 1, logical test 2, or condition 1 and condition 2. So si condition 1, the record is less than 1,000. Hindi na ito ibutang sa first. Si permit is equal to yes. Hindi na ito ibutang sa condition 2. This can even cater as many conditions as you need. Okay? So let's work. Let's put this one into a function. So, and, dito daw, si record dapat less than 1,000. Okay? That's our first condition. Tapos, si permit daw, this one is equal to yes. Okay? Ganyan. So, pag-i-end, first condition na to, second condition. Okay? Enter, ang result niya is true. Kapag we just have this one here na lang para makita na ito before we put the if. Okay? And this one is less than 1,000. Tapos this one is equal to yes. Okay. Ayun. So true, false lang. Again, wait lang. Let's explain the and. Later na tayo magawa sa identified or complete. So true. Nganong true siya? Because this one is less than 1,000, then yes. False ne, because although ang iyang permit is yes, ang iyang record is not less than 1,000. Okay? So kani nga statement dayon, mo ni atong isulod sa ato ang first nga parameter kang if. Okay? Again, mo ni purpose sa ato ang and, naapod na siya yung counterpart nga or nga function. Si or nga function, maski na isa nga statement correct or true, it will make the whole statements true. But for this problem, we're going to use and. Okay? Kaya nga ito yung gamit nato ang sample ganina. So mo ni siya, kaning whole statement dire, mao itong ibutang sulod sa ato ang if nga logical test. Just remove that one, equal sign, if. Okay? So, we're just going to leave that one here. Result kapag true is, let's go with completed. Tapos, kapag ang statement is false, we'll have invalid. Okay. So, na-satisfy na ang second o third parameter. Sa first parameter, which is condition, ato ra isulod tong and gaina. Okay? So, this one is less than 1,000, comma, and this one is equal to yes. Okay? Enter. Completed. Then, black cross na lang tayo. So, once you want to check this one, don't worry. Kaya na lang siya ni Excel to perform such actions. Para siyang ginadala para natin. So, the formula should look like this. So, if na ay nested nga or na ay sunod yung function na ng if na to sa itong first parameter ng logical test, yaha is and nga function. Tapos, this is if the value is true, meaning ang result ani is true, kani nga text iyang i-display. If the value is false, kani nga text ang iyahang i-display. Okay? So, you may want to pause the video para i-perform ninyo ang kani nga worksheet. Okay, kaya proceed with part 7. Sa part 7, we're going to have gihapon, I guess this is the last part for the functions and formula. And we're going to work with a lookup function. So here, we have here our data set. So reading gihapon ni sila. So we have here location, February nga record, February nga record, March na record, quarter overall, tapos remarks. So per remarks na tayo reference dire. So meaning, kapag 1 to 350, dapat ang iyang remarks ana is low. 351 to 550, you have medium. 551 to 1,000, high. Then 1,001 and above means over. Okay. So ato ba kung sa remarks lang dayon. Okay. For this, natay range. We can use if, just like what we had kanina, pero lengthy kaayo ang condition kibali. Masita condition para ani, nalabot yung condition ani, condition na pud ani, condition na pud ani. Okay? But I have special function for this type of problem. Thus, we're going to make use of the lookup. Okay. So, maghimot ang table dire, or array sa table, tapos kanang table mo atong pabasihan din dire, tanawa dira sa table dayon. Kani, tanawa dira sa table na itong gibuhat. Now, pag we wanted to make use of a lookup, first and foremost is we need to make muna our table array for the basis of our result. Okay, so kung naamoy copy ani, kung ako mo reference ani, we just going to convert it cell by cell. Initial range up to maximum range, then ang iyang result. So ang ani nga pattern, initial, lowest value, largest value, all. Okay, or usay gusto na to i-show sa ato ang cell. So for this one, just going to copy, tapos 551 to 1,000, meaning high, then 1,000 above. Siguro probably we can set this one to, let's say, or above ko yun. Sige. Ang ubad na ni, gina-skip naman nila ni. Automatic na din na nga pag 1,000 above, wala na. Okay? Murag over na, murag apil na siya aning last na content. Okay? So kana siya, we just make it place it here outside, of course, outside sa tungkuan, or even sa lahi nga worksheet. Okay? That will work gihapon. Or maski sa lahi nga workbook. Okay? Since dili raman siya related, so dira ato siya ibutang lang. So, once we establish or once we have our table of range na dayon, our array sa mutang table, then we can perform na dayon with our lookup. So, easy ra kanin si lookup. Equal sign, lookup, then na siya, we'll use the second function, second version rather, si lookup value in array. So this is the lookup value. Okay? Tama. Then, get to highlight all para sa ato ang array. Okay? Enter. Then, naakay hi. Then, black cross na din ta ani, kadaog. But you get to observe nga sir, nga nag NA naman na, wala man tayo NA direct. Okay. It is because of cell nga referencing. Kapag ma-black cross ta, di ba atong reference ga-move man gihapon. So, pareha ani. Ang atong reference ani is this one and this table here. Nata sa over, nata sa seconds ay pasugong. The reference is D7. Our reference is 1. Pero observe here, wala na na-appeal ang low. Okay? Part na siya itong na black cross na paubos. Again, the reference also moves kapag ma-black cross na. Okay? Dira, pag abot na dali sa pangantukan, wala tong reference na nasa ubos. Kaya nga NA 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 siya. Kaya wala na siya makita nga table array nga na-content. Okay? So, to make this one work, dali ra kaayo. We're just going to lock the cell. So locking the cell requires us to make sure nga pag mag-block cross ta, na specific na cell nga dapat dili ni siya mulihok as we move across or sa sunod niya mga content na yun. Okay? Ana. So dapat naka-stay put na siya di ara. Para mo work ang ato ang formula. So, di po pwede nga isa-isa to silang move. Kaya galing we need to lock the cells. So, i-lock na to ang cell sa M10 to O13. So, how to lock the cell? So, we're just going to use to insert a dollar symbol. Dollar symbol before the column and row. So, that's $M, $10. Then, also, i-lock po na to si O13. So this is, excuse me. So this is how we lock the cell to tawag ani para pag mo-block cross ta, stay put na siya dira. So $M, $10, $0, $13. Enter. You might see no changes sa first na to nga record. Pag i-block cross na to, ayun. Okay? Double click na ko dire, naka-stay put ra gihapon ni what we call this one. Ato ang array as where we wanted the array will be. Okay? So perform sa remarks. Perform po diri sa remarks. For the quarter overall, we're just going to have the tawag ani. This is basically average. So you get the average of this, comma this, enter. Probably it looks better kapag to decimal place lang. Tapos, you put the same remarks as here. So, look up this one, comma, our array. But again, our array should be nakalock na siya nga mga cells. Okay, enter. It's high. Ayun. Okay, pause the video. Perform sa the rest of the activities worksheet. Okay, proceed din ta sa chapter 8 after you have completed all the required parts sa chapter 7. Okay. So, here sa part 8 is we're going to have dito mag-start og data management kibali. Okay? So, what you have here, sample is medyo taas-taas, daghan-daghan ni taas-taas nga data set. That is 3,637 sample data set. with different na tawag ani. Let me just win. So remove the filter na part. Okay? Sunod ako ay kung screen lang siya dira. Okay? So, what we have here is a sample data set. Tapos, we're going to apply basic na sort and filter nga ni. So, sometimes we will be given a larger data set. Tapos, we need only to get or to see yung mga some parts lang based on the data na kailangan natin pakita. So we can do filter siguro by region, we can filter by data set, we need only to see kung katong mga respondents siguro kay male or female or usa ka college siguro. So depende on our data set. So basically, this is one of the pinaka-use nga tool also in Microsoft Excel. Okay, so by default, dapat ang atong data set naagid na siya table header sa taas. Okay, so na-suffice naman na siya. So I guess we can proceed na dayon. So here's sa home. Proceed din ta dire sa my right side. Makita na to ng sort and filter. Tapos we click this one, filter. Okay, so pag i-click na to ng filter, tanawan din dire sa product category, customer segment, region. Pag i-click na ko sa filter, na ay manggawas ana nga button nga na ay arrow pointing downwards. Okay. So that is the ano na, the sign nga we can filter na our data set. Okay? So here, taas-taas mo na siya. So we're just going to try to adapt some of the filters. So pag mag-set ng filter, for example, I want only to see lahat ng mga office supplies. So just going to click here. Tapos, na ako'y option diri sa ubos. Okay? So ito yung mga unique na content sulod ana nga column. Okay? If I want only to see the office supplies, click lang ako na siya, then click OK. Observe na dayon. For the rest of the content, office supplies na siya tanan. Okay, don't worry, the data is not deleted. Naka-hide lang na siya since nag-apply tag filter. Okay, so here, we're just going to select here na pod. So for example, here, I want only to see yung naa sa small business. So ipan-unselect na ko na, click na ko ning small business. Check lang this small business. Okay, so nanatay second level of filter. So what we can see here now, atong na filter lang is tanan office supplies nga small business. But even with that, still have thousands of data pa sa ato ang record set. Okay? So I guess we can proceed with additional na mga kuan. So for example, let's say muna siya ang common na ginagamit nato kapag text or na specific na data. Kapag, let's say for example, we are dealing with numbers, we can work with what we call as tawag ani number filters. Okay? So, pwede mo nga isa-isahon ni, but if number, kabalo naman tanga we can set greater than, less than, or equal to. So, mas dali ang filter nga pwede nato ma-apply ani. Among the numbers, daghan kaayo, ga-range yun siya. So, siguro, I wanted only to see the values which are greater than. So, pa-click nimo tong greater than, balik ta dire sa unit price, shipping cost. Tapos, dire ko sa number filters, select na ako sa greater than. I wanted to see only the values which are greater than to 20. So, I can even add more if I wanted to. Okay? And or, again, yung and, all conditions should be true para tawag ani, ma-true ang whole statement. Okay? Or ma-apply ang filter for this case. So, greater than 20. Click OK. Now, sa ato ang shipping cost, na yung makita will be all greater than 20 na dayon. Okay? I guess it narrows kaayo our tawag ani. So, this one. So, what I have here is na mga profit. Dahil yung mga profit na positive, na ay negative actually. Okay? So, let's say, I want only to see the profit nga non-negative na profit. Okay? So, kung non-negative na profit, So we're just going to have greater than, tanan greater than to 0. Because greater than 0 is basically mabagal. So now my data set is narrowed down from 2, 4, 6, 7 na lang dayon compare kanina around 3,000. So this is how we apply a different types of filter sulod sa ato ang dataset. So we can adjust it kung naatay content nga fix, or we can apply numbers filter para sa iyong ani. Okay? So what I wanted you to do sa inyong part 8 na worksheet is this one. Okay. So I want you to filter the whole data set that the customer segment is only consumer from the regions Atlantic and West. The order priority should only include the critical and the high. The product category is under technology, and the profit should be greater than 1,000. So again, this is the filter that I wanted you to execute sa inyong worksheet. Okay, don't forget to save the file. You may pause the video para makuha ninyo ang details sa kaning